really, I want to start by asking you, Patrick, how you doing? I mean, everybody's 2020 didn't go as planned as they expected it. Yours more so than many. So I guess with all that's gone on, being where we are in November, how are you, black man? And I'm addressing you like that because I remember one time I was walking in Wimbledon and the father of the Williams sisters, he came up to me and we'd struck up a relationship. And
Wow.
each year that we attended that tournament, he helped me to understand the importance of me being there. And he would literally every time he saw me came up and say to me, "How you doing, black man?" So I
Wow.
wanted to ask you that, like, literally, how are you, Patrick Hutchinson?
That's a really nice story because he's one of the guys that I like. I really look up to, Richard Williams. No, man. Thanks for asking, bro. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay, man. But it's really nice to be asked.
Good, man. We're here to talk about Everyone versus Racism, the book
Yeah.
that you've co-written with Sophia Thakur. It's Thakur, right? Am I pronouncing it
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. It's Thakur, yeah.
And what was that experience like? Because like I said, everyone's 2020 is way different to what they envisaged it being. I'm not sure that you would have put down on your list of to-do things, write a book. So what was that experience like?
Um, it was a really it was a good positive experience, to be honest. And actually, to correct you, like on my bucket list has always been write a book and be in a movie. Yeah, so like, so yeah, man, it's something that I've always wanted to do. But to be honest, it was always my brother and I, because I touched on the story of how we met in the book. We always, because we've got some really interesting family dynamics. You know, we have a really wonderful collection of siblings who really, really support each other. I don't think, and considering the way that we've all come about, because we've all got different mums, but we are so strong as a unit of siblings. I don't think there's too many like us. So we wanted to tell our story. So that's something in the pipeline. So obviously for me to become a bit, well known, it's going to help with that later on.
It answers that question I was going to ask later. Actually, is there another book in the pipeline? So you're gonna unravel the family dynamics of
a little
Patrick
bit.
Hutchinson. Yeah, is
Yeah.
that something? I reckon, based on just how the way you're introducing us to it, that it could potentially be a movie as well, right? Is that so?
Wow. Who knows if anyone's interested? But for sure, that I believe that there's a lot of negative stereotypes surrounding the black family. Okay. And we do know that there are lots of situations where, sorry if I'm deviating your conversation.
I was actually going to apologise for that as well, actually, because I know we're meant to be, but I'm going to swing it back around. Don't worry, I'm good at this.
So what I was going to say is that there's a lot of negative press stereotypes of, sort of having different fathers or different mothers and stuff like that. Yeah, and I do get it. Because obviously they have this image of a perfect family, right? A mum and a dad, 2.5 children, whatever they call it. But, we want to show that, what? Our family ain't like that. But guess what? You ain't tighter than us. Do you know what I mean? You are not tighter than us as a family. Like, our family unit is mad tight. I'm telling you, my brother. Like, I can go to my siblings for anything and one of them can help me. Do you know what I'm saying? And when you see how I am, you can treble, quadruple that. Like, my brother's just like me, my sisters are just, and we've all only got the same dad in common. Like, so it's an amazing story how we've managed to, and it's not my dad that did it. He just managed to pick well-rounded women to have his children with. Do you know what I mean? Who then brought us up very, very similarly. But we found each other, man, and we did it ourselves.
Well, I'm sure that's going to be a fascinating story to be told, and we'll get there. We'll put the cart before the horse because you're talking about growing up, family dynamics. You are a father of 4, grandfather of 4, and you've spoken about writing this book in the hope that the subjects that you touch on, the issues that you bring to the fore, in 20 years, or so from now, they're not the same issues that these children, your grandchildren, have to face? What do you expect from society moving forward, Patrick, and especially in light of what lessons we should have learned from 2020?
Well, like I say, I hope that in 20, 30 years from now, I mean, I hope for it tomorrow, but obviously it's not going to happen tomorrow. But I hope for in 20, 30 years from now, my grandchildren and my great grandchildren, won't recognize what's in the book, and the society that they're living in bears no resemblance to what we've gone through, you and I, as black men. I really, really hope for that. I feel like 2020 is going to be a year that goes down in history for many, many reasons, right? So many reasons. But for us as a community, I do honestly believe that this is going to be the catalyst to some genuine change. And I feel like each time we have, those that feel like things haven't changed, I would ask them to look back to when you and I were growing up and we were watching Afghani on the telly and stuff, yeah? And tell me if that stuff could happen now. It couldn't. I'm not saying it's perfect now, because by no means, by no stretch of the imagination is it perfect. But just look back just to see where things have come from, and where our forefathers, what they had to go through compared to what we're going through. And then if you use that same and push it forward, then I can see the future will be a lot brighter for our children and our grandchildren. And eventually we will get to a place where it's a level playing field. I honestly believe so. I have to believe so. Otherwise, I would give up the fight.
I guess all we're probably after is a quicker rate of change. Talk about the difficulties writing this book, right? What did you find easy? What was difficult?
To be honest, the only thing that was difficult was the time frame. So I think it got sort of sanctioned at the end of July, and we just had September the 1st. We had to have it done by September the 1st. So that was a difficulty, just cramming it all in and just getting it all done. But to be honest, with the young lady that I worked with, Sophia, man, that young lady is a superstar in the making, and you're going to hear a lot more about her. And I hope I've helped to push her out there a little bit more with the book, because trust me, like when I say that she's amazing. Like when I chose her because there was a few people that, young black, not all young, but there was some other black, co-writers or ghostwriters, whatever you want to call them, that I had a chance of picking. But I went with Sophia because there was a few things. She was the same age as one of my daughters, and I had a connection with her straight away. It was like working with my daughter. I'd done a bit of research on her spoken word. Mad powerful. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to listen.
I'm letting you talk, because I could wax lyrical about her poetry, her delivery. So her talent. She's amazing.
I was blown away, bro. And then obviously, and behind all of that, people don't realize she's got a mad work ethic. Like when I said to her, "How are we going to write a book in such a short space of time?" She just said, "Listen, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, man. You just give me the content, the stories and stuff, and I'll do the rest, man." She was phenomenal, man. She was absolutely phenomenal.
How's it been received, Patrick? What's been
the feedback so far?
Yeah.
So far, it's been quite positive. It's been quite positive. Interesting to hear, other people's perspective, like yourself. I mean, one of the things that I was glad for is that, because obviously I've been, pushed out there into the media. I've been getting a lot of media coverage, and a lot of the black community feel like I've got a lot of media coverage because I'm sort of, I don't know, the docile black dude that's there to save the white man and just, do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Some of them feel like that, right? So like, so the book, I think if they bother reading it, they will see that I'm calling stuff out. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm putting it out there. The facts are out there for everyone to see. And hopefully it's a thought-provoking read, not for us because we know what's going on, but for the white people in society who do pick the book up. I want it to be thought-provoking for them and for them to understand. For those people that don't believe that systemic racism or unconscious bias exists, I want them to be able to read it and think, okay, wow.
Did you have any reservations about putting your head above the parapet in this way in terms of being this media accessible? Because there's a lot of people that have walked the walk, Patrick, who they wouldn't embrace what you've embraced. I'm wondering what's been behind your decision making and just running with the ball in the way that you have, because I know that couldn't have been an easy decision. It can be very intrusive and repetitive, and sometimes feel like it's being steered in a direction you're not totally in control of, because of all that's going on. So talk about just that experience and making a decision to be in the position you're in.
So leading up to George Floyd's murder and then his unfortunate murder, I was sitting back and I was like, I feel helpless. What can I do? Black man sitting there just watching black man after black man after black person after black woman be killed on television, on social media, just seeing all this stuff. Like, we kind of feel helpless at times. What can we do? And then obviously I've gone out there on that day, did what I did. We did it as a collective, me and my brothers, and now we've got a platform. And it's almost like, snap, here's my opportunity. I've always been wanting to know what I can do to help, help the good fight. But now I've got an opportunity. So I can't waste it. We have to use it. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's always been something that troubled me. And now I've got the opportunity to do my bit.
You mentioned the collective, United to Change and Inspire. I guess you've always been doing your bits individually. I follow a few of you actually on social. Talk about what people what can people do to get involved and help push what you're doing, and what else can they expect?
So our collective, our initiative is going to be, there's 4 pillars, and mine is education. Jermaine Facey's, his is the criminal justice and reform. Lee Russell's is youth development, and Chris Otakito is mental health and well-being. And these are all issues that are quite that need addressing within our community. And we feel like at a grassroots level we can hit all these things, but also we want to reach the higher echelons of our society, the people that hold the power, those that control the purse strings, and get funding and get policies changed, and be the glue between grassroots and those above. And already behind the scenes, we're working with various organisations who are asking for our input and how to do various things. I don't know if recently you'd have heard Christopher Dick come out with a statement, which for me was very positive, finally admitting that there are, factions of racism within, the police. And that's a start. Do you know what I mean? Not so long ago, she was saying that there wasn't such a thing, right? So now that she can actually admit that, that's a start. And then obviously it's undeniable. It's there for everyone to see, but it's still nice for her to actually come out and say that. It just shows that, slowly there is change happening.
No, definitely. It's good to see you guys have segmented as well to bring about some organisation and structure to the group and collective. Now, it's a good look. In terms of the rest of 2021, how would you like it to go? And what are you focused on personally?
The rest of 2020, you mean? Like, is that what you mean? Man, I'm trying
to write off already. No,
I get it, bro. I get it. You just want 2020 done.
You know what it is? And I'm already in 2021. It's just naturally happens to me this time of year. That's mental. Sorry about that, but you know what I mean.
No, cool. So, I mean, like for 2020, man, obviously pushing the book for most of this month has come out. And then, as you can imagine, as they do every single year, they reflect on the year, right? And basically every single media outlet you can think of has got myself involved in the reflection of the year, as you can imagine, because of that moment. So I'm going to be busy with a lot of that stuff, you're going to see me in a lot of the mainstream newspapers and stuff, and, their end of year catalogue of what's happened. And I'll be in a lot of those because I've been doing a lot of stuff, a lot of interviews and a lot of photo shoots and bits and bobs. So I think that will see me out. And outside of that, we've still got a lot of the UK stuff going on behind the scenes. So, so hopefully come 2021, we can start rolling out some of these workshops and projects that we're currently writing. And also myself, obviously originally I'm a personal trainer, there won't be too much of that going on anymore, I guess. but I would like to have some online fitness content, promote some online fitness content from my website to bring in another income stream and try and keep a toe in my what I do, because that is my thing, and that's my passion and stuff. I would like to keep a toe in that,
I guess lastly then, your voice, been turned into an author, authorship per se, working with publishers. A word on the publisher is obviously they've extended the opportunity, or was there a bidding war? Could you have taken this anywhere?
So they approached us at first, or I think one of the guys working in the team approached them, and then they got back. But there was a couple of publishers that were after the story, and we actually went with one almost. We didn't sign anything, but we kind of almost had a gentleman's agreement with one. Nice people. Had a chat with them on the Zoom and that, and they were like ecstatic about it. And then the guys came back and goes, "Listen, we've just had, HarperCollins have come in and boy, like they're like literally doubling what And as much as we don't want to be those people that do that, but like what they were offering was just unmatchable. So and they were equally as nice. Like met them on the Zoom call, lovely people. And although I felt, because I'm a very personable guy, man, and I hate letting people down, and I hate, we had to go with them, But I do always think about this other publishing house, and I feel it's my nature. I'm very much like that. Yeah, I always feel.
I think a lot of us are, Patrick. I think it's one of the things that holds us back in business, to be fair. I know a lot of people that would, I'm not either, but there are a lot of people that would have been like, that's just business, isn't it? Simple decision.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's shout out to HarperCollins, because I know that they're doing more in this space, and I think it's great that they've got you on board as an author, and you're lending your voice to the work and output that they're producing, because I think it's very important that we all work, as artists, creators, publishing has the right to change the voices that are telling the story. So well done for that partnership.
Shout out to them, because they've not been penny pinching on my book, producing it. I'm really impressed with the quality of the book. And the ladies that I worked with behind the scenes, man, at HarperCollins, the non-fiction team, man, shout out to them, because they've been an absolute dream to work with, man. And I hope I can work with them again someday. Well,
maybe they'll tell the story of your family dynamics, as we were speaking about earlier. Listen, Patrick,
that would be nice.
It's been a pleasure to talk to you. I mean, is there anything else you want to share with us before we part ways?
You know what? Not that I can think of. I mean, just apart from you, Kai, man, just. Whatever we're rolling out, just share any of our content when we're pushing it out. Keep an eye on what we're doing. The website is ukai.co.uk. We're going to be 2021 is going to be a big year for us, and just support, man, because we're there trying to make a change, and we're trying to make a difference, and we're trying to bring unity to all of us, not just it's not just the black community. It's the downtrodden, man. It's the working classes. We're trying to champion everyone, So just want the support would be good.
Thanks for your time, Patrick. Really appreciate it. Everyone versus Racism is out now, written by Patrick Hutchinson and co-written by Sophia Thakur. I'm going to take it in over Christmas. It's going to be one of my Christmas books, Patrick. I'm going to sit down and chill. No, definitely. And I'm sure we're going to be working together throughout 2021.
Yeah. I look forward to catching up with you actually as well in person, bro.